You woke up this morning, and although things may not have seemed to be the best, you woke up this morning. Maybe there's somebody that you used to talk to who ain't here with you, and yet you still woke up this morning. You found some kind of way to just simply get up and move. You didn't stay laying in that bed. You didn't sit there and wallow in any sorrows or any doubts or regrets. You got up and you moved. And that tells me that you have more fight in you than you know. It's going to be days where things are not going to be perfect, and that's okay. But for the days where it feels like it's just too much, for the days that it feels like it's too overwhelming, those are the days that you're going to need a little bit of help. And one of your greatest superpowers is knowing when to accept and go after that help. If you are thinking of harming yourself, if you are thinking of doing anything that takes you away from this planet, please don't. People care. I care. You will only leave so many answers to things that we really don't want. Reach out and contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. And if for some reason, some strange, odd reason, you just don't feel comfortable enough to reach out, then reach out to me. And I will do my best to make sure that I'm 100% there for you. See, I'm ready for the fight. I want all the smoke. I'm ready to go through the journey with you. When you're tired, I will pick up the baton and carry it to get you to that finish line. You do not have to go after this alone. So please, get help. What up, though, Pride Nation, and welcome back to another Field Review podcast show. Man, oh man, I had some stuff planned for y'all special yesterday, and the 9 to 5 got in the way. It is what it is. But we here today, and we ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. I am here to talk some Detroit Lions football. I got some things that's gonna. I can't believe I even got to talk about it. First thing we gotta. Well, I'm gonna say first thing, but let me just tell you what's gonna be on the docket for today. Obviously, we got to talk about media's perception of our head coach. Media's perception of our head coach. We got to talk about the trade block and the removal of one Mr. Jamie Collins. We got to talk about the game against the Ravens, obviously. And then we got to talk about the defense as a whole. That plus your questions and more, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, no disclaimers needed for this one. I'm going to do what I always do, give it to you objectively and raw. This may not be for you, but I'm gonna let you know how this is going to work, all right? Now, let's see who's in the building with me today, because I'm in a really good mood. It's Friday. I ain't got to go nowhere. And I get to talk football. Let's get it. I got Can in the building. I got my man John Bradshaw in the building. I got Detroit D in the building. I got Craig Bevins in the building. I got Barberry Lions in the building. He says, he says, lie to me, Luke. Tell me that we gonna win. I can't lie to you today. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you right now, I can't lie to you today. I'll believe that up for a minute. I like that one. We got Looney Tune in the building. We got Jimbo G in the building. We got my man Forbidden Knowledge. Oh, I like that name. Forbidden Knowledge in the building. He says, what up, though, Pride Nation? We got Blue Jay Stars in the building. We have Down 19, One Funky Lions fan, B Pharrell, 1991 Mac Stag is in the building. We have my man's Chris Cashball, Shade 216 JF is in the building. You Can Hate Me Now, Mackenzie, Midwest Lion, Marcus Robinson in the building. Detroit Zone, Big Wheel, shout out to the big homie, is in the building. Listen, okay, I gotta get through all the dumb stuff first. I wasn't gonna do this. I really wasn't. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find a way to get around this. So I'm sitting up there listening to a YouTube channel that I really like. I really like what they do over there. Some DSA members over there getting it in. And I appreciate what they do, right? Like, that's how I feel. I appreciate these good people for what they do. Now, I'm talking about one Woodward Sports, and it's not necessarily Woodward Sports that I'm going to be talking about exactly. It's one commentator. It's one singular commentator. Because this one singular commentator, I think, is just being ridiculous. And I know that he's trying to make a point, but it's a point that I fail to see. It's a point that I don't understand. It's a point that I'm really am trying to grasp. How did you get here? Why are we here? What happened? What went wrong? Like, what's the issue with you? Now, as I sit here and try to figure this out, I walk away with the idea that sometimes people try to get on a high horse. Right? Like, maybe that's what they want to do. They want to get on the highest horse that they can get on. And so they find something to complain about, right? So I'm not sure what's this attack that he had. Where did it come from? But let me just explain. Okay. Luke leaving ketchup packets like candy. Boy, y'all in rare form. All right. Y'all listen. I love it, man. Keep them coming. So here's the photo. This is the moment that set off this particular rant. Let me see if I can cue this up.
What you have to say about Dan Campbell. What early takeaways do you have from him as the Lions head coach, Adam?
So far, he's very vocal. The culture change, I guess, is good, although they're still losing games, but that's what you expect, so nothing really to judge there. I just question Dan Campbell as a head coach. I just do. And this isn't me saying he needs to be fired this year, next year, or even the third year. I am just going to point out things that I'm not seeing from successful head coaches around the league. Now, Dan Campbell, he's a jokester. Maybe I'm looking too much into this, but, there's a picture of Dan Campbell that's been circling that just drives me nuts. That just drives me nuts because I try to, see past it, and I try not to look at it, but it's there, and it's always there with Dan Campbell. First, it was the venti. It was the coffee. It was the mantra. It was the kneecaps. And now it's, I don't even know what the heck he's doing. Could you pull it up? Go find me a head coach that you take seriously in the NFL that acts like this. I'm sorry. I really am. I want to support this guy. I like him so much. He is such a good dude. He's such a good dude, has such a positive message. But my goodness, that's my head coach? You got to be kidding me. I went from obese to that?
Now, I'm going to just be honest with you. I watched this whole damn video too, all the way through, all 15 minutes. And if you're not sure who I'm talking about, I am talking about one Adam, a particular person who put it out there. My man's One Funky Lion fan put it out there. Now, what do I have a problem with? His whole beef is this moment. This to him is an antic. This to him is a problem. He's not happy with this. In his eyes, name a successful coach who does this. And I'm going to just tell you the truth. I walked away feeling like he was doing his best Mike Valenti 97.1 the ticket impersonation. That's what I walked away from. Because if this photo upset him, good grief, get a freaking life. Seriously. You want to talk to me and say that this is my head coach and stuff? Cool. But some of the stuff that's going on with us as a fan base, that's going around things that have nothing to do with coaching, I have a problem with. For example, he said I went from obese to this. Andy Reid is fat. Where's that same energy at? Like I don't understand what is the weight in this damn look of him having fun with a reporter, which Adams acknowledged. What does that have to do with him being a coach? Show me where he's flawed as a coach. Show me where he sucks as a coach. Tell me that he's not very good as a coach. Give me that. Because nobody cares about this photo. Nobody is tripping because he's up here telling them, yeah, I'm a little tired, so let me try to open my eyes up for you. And then you go and have a cowl over it. It is ridiculous. So, and this right here comes from one funky Lion fan. He gets on all fat coaches. For what? It has nothing to do with his job. If I were to do the same thing to him and said, people with weird, stupid-ass hairdos shouldn't be on any platform talking sports, that would be stupid and insulting. And I don't want to be stupid and insulting. What I don't like is for people to come up with this idea to create something that's not there. And it's not based on the skill coaching. What is him doing is have to do with coaching. How does this turn into this? How does him doing this with his eyes with a reporter who says that he's tired because he's had a short week and blah, blah, blah. How does that turn into this?
God, I want to support this guy and I really want him to prove everybody wrong and be successful. But my goodness, go find me a head coach that has the nerve to sit up there and just act like this, like a child. I believe 100% in my heart that he's probably the hardest worker in the building. He's super dedicated to this project. He takes his job very seriously. I'm not questioning any of that. But what is this?
What is what? What exactly is what? Now, when I say this kind of stuff, I have an issue with it. Give me 1 second. Give me one moment. Just one moment, people. Okay. I had to bring myself down a notch because I don't really believe that this guy is I don't think he's. I'm gonna let y'all hear this, and I'm not gonna play no more after this little bit.
Why do we have to see this? Why do we have to deal with these type of antics? I want a head coach that can just win football games. And again, I'm not expecting him to win any this year or next year. I expect improvements. I expect year 3 for him to take that next step and win football games. And if he doesn't, then we can have the conversation of if he should go or not. But that's your head coach. Can you pull it up again? That's your head coach.
Yes.
That's the representation of the Detroit Lions every NFL Sunday. Every single day, that is your head coach. Are you kidding me? That's the representation of your franchise. And again, Dan Campbell, I hope to God, turns out to be everything and more. But my goodness, just look around, look at yourself in the mirror a little bit and ask yourself, is Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Bill Belichick, Doug McDermott, are any of these, Andy Reid, John Harbaugh? Go find me the head coaches that are acting this way. Again, he was poking fun at a journalist, cool. But you're the head coach, essentially almost the CEO of this franchise, a franchise that's done nothing but lose for 60 years. And I told you, the only way to change that same old Lions narrative is to build a consistent winning football foundation for 8 to 10 years. But you also have to play and act the part.
Yeah.
You need to be.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what my problem is with this. What does this photo have to do with football? On one hand, he's talking about football. And the sad part is I like Adam. I heard some of his takes and was like, yo, my man's is on it. I like him. He like me out of the box. Right? Like Adam. This is just Patty. This is just ridiculous. The media can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, we had a coach who don't say much or nothing, don't give us nothing. Then get a coach who's completely transparent but has fun doing it, and you call it an antic. So let's be clear. when other coaches came into the league and they did similar things, because he brought up some names. He brought up Andy Reid. Andy Reid has did all kind of silly stuff on numerous of times throughout the entirety of his career. I can name another person, Pete Carroll. And then when somebody else pointed it out to him, he then said, but they won a Super Bowl. They was doing that stuff before they won a Super Bowl. There was videos of Pete Carroll with his shirt off with freaking DK Metcalf having fun. There was other times where Andy Reid, I think he had like a donut or something while he was doing it. I mean, they coaches have fun in interviews. Why are you so up in arms about this? I'm not even finna spend a lot of time on it, but I want people to understand that when people like Adam does things like this, you create narratives that don't need to exist. I mean, this is crazy. You're creating narratives that don't need to exist. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. What's the point of being upset over this photo? Like, nothing he talked about had anything. If he was going to tell me, if he was doing that and saying, like he don't even expect them to win this year, right? He don't expect them to win at all. Cool. Then why are you upset about this moment? The moment. Why? What's the point? Now, why did I start the show off with that? Because before I get into this thing, I got to get through all of the house mail. All the stuff that just don't make sense. And it's because there's a level of media going around where people feel a need to just say the first thing that comes to mind. You don't have to do this. You don't. You don't have to say a damn thing. You can literally sit there and just ride with the punches. You don't got to say a singular thing. So where does this take me to? It now takes me to NBC Sports. Because again, those little small things that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around, okay, they're happening because there's media who just don't want to, they're trying to find a hot take. They're trying to come up with something that they can talk about, and I don't get it. So we're going to kick gears over to NBC Sports. Why? Because I don't have time for people who think that there's somebody else in that moment. I don't care that my head coach do this. Do I see improvements in the team? Yes. Do I see the kind of coach that I would want to play for? Yes. Do I see changes on offense and defense? Yes. And we're going to talk about the defense. But let's get into NBC Sports. So we on NBC Sports, and the title of this video is, do Detroit Lions stand any chance versus the Baltimore Ravens? Now, I want you to listen to the question that is asked to Peter King. Just listen to the question and then watch his response.
Make any argument for me based on what you've seen from the Lions so far that would cause us to believe that if, as expected, Lamar Jackson plays, the Lions would have a chance to beat Baltimore.
Did y'all hear the question? Make any argument that would give me some type of idea that they have a chance to beat Baltimore. Listen to Peter King's response.
I can't see it, Mike. And, to me, the worrisome thing is that along the way, as Dan Campbell is trying to build this team and as he has his community behind him, the worrisome thing to me is, what happens when you have casualties? When you have casualties who are kind of team leaders, when some people, Jamie Collins in this case, have clearly said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And we don't know the full story about it, Mike, but it seems pretty clear that Jamie Collins wants out or he's not going to play for the Lions.
God, why? Okay. The question is, make a case for the Lions to have a chance. Peter King decides to say and try to imply that not only does he believe that Jamie Collins, a leader, wants out of it? Essentially, he's implying that Jamie Collins quit on the Lions and requested a trade. This is hogwash. Anybody with two eyes, hell, you can use Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, and my dad's dog can sense that this is garbage. This is trash. There's no way that you're going to tell me that the reason that he's not on this field is because he initiated the trade. He's the one that said, I'm done with this. I want out. Out of what? He was doing this same trash last year. Literally doing the same thing last year. This dude literally has every reason to not even be here. And for you to come up with this logic that he's requested a trade because he doesn't want to put, why would he not want to put up with the guy that everybody likes? Why would he want to not? I mean, what is it that's going on? Go and look at the film, Peter King. Go and look at it. There's no way you're going to convince me, looking at the film, Peter King, that Jamie Collins initiated all of this. I would be shocked to find out Jamie Collins initiated all of this. Hell, let me read a quote, right? Jamie Collins initiated all of this. Isn't it funny how the head coach himself singled out this quote-unquote leader? Remember, this is what the head coach did. Like he singled this out. And I find it ironically funny that this is what happened. But let's look at what coach really said. He says, look, Jamie is a big linebacker. He's a very athletic linebacker. The way he moves is a little bit different. Now, does he move with the same effort or have the same effort as Alex Anzalone? No. And I got freaking Peter King trying to imply that this man quit and wanted out. When did he want that? Because he's been doing this for years. It's not with just the Lions. This happened with the freaking Browns. And before that, he was over there on New England freelancing. He freelanced on the Browns. He freelanced on the Lions. And even when the freaking Patriots brought him back, they dished him out again because he keep freelancing and not giving effort. This has nothing to do with him initiating anything. This has everything to do with a player who's clearly not good at his technique and just flat out lazy. He has no effort. He's not motivated. And yet I got Peter King saying that. But don't worry about it. Let the coach talk about it. It says, I don't think so, Campbell added. I think Alex just plays at a high level all the time, and that's him. That's how he goes. Jamie, there are things that Jamie does well that we still have to continue to use. He's still a mismatch on third down, particularly in the rush game. We'll see where this goes. He is sending a message. The Lions sat down, and this is something that instead of Peter King taking the stance that, oh, well, this guy initiated it. That right there is bull. Now, according to my man's right here, he says maybe Jamie heard that coach heard the coach and called him and asked for a trade after the fact of him getting called out. Maybe that was the case. But this probably tells me that they probably had already told him he was getting benched. They had already, because I guarantee you, anybody can see that he was not trying. He was not trying. He patting people on the shoulders. Come on, he wasn't trying. And Peter King decided to make this out of something that's not the question. Now, there was more after that, but he spent that segment trying to drop a little tidbit, very strategically doing so, making sure that anybody who heard that was not listening closely, right, they would have missed it. But the close listeners heard it. And what I heard, it's the same thing that many other close listeners heard, which is, oh, Jamie Collins asked for a trade and said he's not with this. Was that before or after he touched the field and took a 3-year deal? He ain't with it because the rookie taking his spot, and they're sick of him and his lack of effort. This is dumb. This is dumb. We got to stop with this. We got to stop with this language. We got to stop with this on every level. Let me go back for those who may have missed what Peter King had to say. Let me just go back. The question is simple. What, if anything, give me something that said that the Lions have a chance.
Jackson plays, the Lions would have a chance to beat Baltimore.
I can't see it, Mike. And, to me, the worrisome thing is that along the way, as Dan Campbell is trying to build this team and as he has his community behind him, the worrisome thing to me is, what happens when you have casualties? When you have casualties who are kind of team leaders, when some people, Jamie Collins in this case, have clearly said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And we don't know the full story about it, Mike, but it seems pretty clear that Jamie Collins wants out, or he's
Jamie Collins wants out. Lord help me. A team with a short cap fuse is willing to move on from a said player, and now the player's the one who initiate this. Why is that's two media outlets creating narratives for no reason? One of them is ridiculous because he got this photo that bothered him, and the second take is essentially saying that, this guy initiated. He did not play well. He did not perform well. He did not have motivation. He did not show effort. He was a liability. And as much as Alex Anzalone was a liability, he at least worked hard. Essentially, Alex Anzalone is Rudy. All he's trying to do is get on the field and make the team. He's Rudy. Jamie Collins is the equivalent to, like, say, I don't know, Eddie Kane Jr. from the Five Heartbeats. I'm the lead singer. I don't have to rehearse. Bull crap. This is what I be talking about. They create these narratives, but guess what? You may be wondering to yourself, well, Luke, when are we going to get to the game? It's coming up. I got to take care of house mail, right? I have to take care of the house mail because if I don't, I'm going to lose my right? So we now go over to my latest piece. This one right here is this is priceless. So that's two media who having a hard time creating information. Okay, I'm not gonna get my blood pressure up. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. So let me get into this. Okay. Oh, also, they tried to spin the story like, well, we're moving on from Jamie Collins because of a youth movement. It ain't had nothing to do with a damn youth movement. If you believe that the Lions did this for a youth movement, you are fooled yourself. Listen to me. The reason they cannot say the real reason that they were getting rid of him is because he's lazy and freelances and doesn't show effort when you force him to do his job is because they're trying to trade him. That's the only reason. The only reason that he ain't gone. Okay? And I'm just like, yo, they got to get something out of him, so they can't bash him. Until then, they got to act like they got a good relationship. We just doing it for the youth movement. If you were doing it for the youth movement would have been in from day one because he was performing his butt out. He outperformed most of them linebackers on the team, but that's not the point. Let's move on to my next person. He just loved to find a way. Now, the media need to create narratives. Let's go up here. I'll give you the title. Mike Valente ponders trading TJ Hockenson and Frank Ragnow. Yeah, you read that right. Mike Valente ponders trading TJ Hockenson and Frank Ragnow. Oh, okay. Well, let's look at what Mr. Mike Valente has to say. All right. Mike Valente, and I'm going to read to you what he says. Mike Valente, co-host of the Valente Show with Rico on 97.1 The Ticket, believes trading the young stars could help the organization during its rebuilding phase. Now, I took about 7 breaths, you know what I'm saying, and before I came into this one. Mike Valenti says the Miami Dolphins and Jacksonville Jaguars have operated with a similar mindset. Let me stop you right there, Mike Valenti. Jacksonville literally imploded their team after it made it to an AFC championship game, and now they look like a hot piece of trash. And all the draft capital that they have hasn't really yielded nothing. Like, in fact, where the hell is Josh Allen? Remember that guy? Right? That outside edge rushing linebacker guy? What happened to him? Remember that? They blew the team up, not because they was just thinking down the road, we're going to do a rebuild. Who rebuilds after an AFC championship? I'm going to be quiet. I digress. Then he brings up the Miami Dolphins. You know, he said the Miami Dolphins did the same thing. This is just a bunch of malarkey, but we're going to go with it. See, here's the problem I have with Mike Valenti and this way of thinking. This type of way of thinking actually alludes to the fact that, hey, the Lions should get rid of players. So then Mike Valenti can then turn around and continue this dump the fire of a team show that he's been doing and routine. In fact, why in the hell would you trade away one of the top up-and-coming tight ends and arguably, probably, if not, the best center in the game? Why would you trade this away? Why? Why trade away talent? In fact, your argument to be made to trade away this talent is just ridiculous. But we're going to let Mike Valenti explain to you what he said. It says, guys, we're going nowhere close. If you believe that, then why am I getting rid of talent? On top of getting rid of the talent, there comes dead cap penalties and so forth. It's just ridiculous. So he says, Valenti says, so it's crazy to view it like when the Dolphins did what they did. In the case of Jacksonville specifically, the team traded away star cornerback Jalen Ramsey. See, this is where it gets misleading. Yes, they traded away Jalen Ramsey, but because he asked to get the hell up out of there. He went there and told them he wanted to get the hell up out of there. How? He asked for more money, and he knew that when he started asking for that paycheck, when it was that payday, because he was like, look, I'm your best player at this point. I need this money. They shipped him. Don't act like they just sat up there and say, you know what, we got this great cornerback with great assets. What have those assets yielded them? When is Jacksonville going to get back to the AFC championship? You know what, I'm going to be quiet. Let me keep going. He goes on to talk about, he says, for a load of assets and now have one of the most promising young cores in quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, and running back, Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne is literally playing wide receiver and is hurt. Trevor Lawrence is doing his best job trying to survive, but that's your young core you're talking about. So you blew up your team for this young core and you still suck. Got it. That makes so much sense. I mean, the Lions should seriously follow this blueprint. It's foolproof. There's no way possible that this plan could just never work, right? Because this wouldn't make sense. I mean, why not follow the same blueprint that the Kansas City Chiefs follow? Or better yet, follow the blueprint of the Browns. Let's follow that blueprint. Nope, toss those two in the garbage. Follow the blueprint of Jacksonville and the Dolphins. Two teams that was dead in the water. Don't mind me on this. I'm just venting. Then he goes on to say they went from being in the AFC Championship game with a lead in Foxborough in the fourth quarter to, in a 2-year span, burnt down the entire house, all of it, because they're stupid. They're stupid. You can't be that close and then decide, you know what, tear it all up. That's what Tom Coughlin gets you. He goes on to say, meanwhile, the Dolphins have gone from trading away offensive lineman Larry Tunsil and defensive back Micah Fitzpatrick to become a playoff contender. If I'm not mistaken, Fitzpatrick wanted out. And Tunsil, well, what are you really yielded back? The word people are even convinced that Tua is the quarterback. Now watch this. Watch this. Because I'm really convinced now that Mike Valenti just really wants this team to suck. It makes his job easier. Valenti pointed out the plethora of draft capital the Lions have at their disposal, along with the fact that the organization is locked into head coach Dan Campbell with a 6-year contract. There isn't a ton of pressure to win right away. So even though there's not a ton of pressure to win right away, according to Mike Valenti, we should just say, F it all, burn down the building. Who comes up with this stuff? Why would you come up with this stuff? This makes no sense. You're literally trying to. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get through this. We're gonna make this work. I'm trying to. Okay. Here we go. Your head coach, this is according to Mike Valenti, your head coach has a 6-year contract. Your GM has a 5-year contract, Valenti said. You have 4 first-round picks in the next 2 years. Right. So why in the hell am I trying to keep trading for more picks? Who does that? You have key cornerstone players on your line. We just got an offensive line. You want to take away the center. Why? For what? You want to get rid of the tight end. Why? For what? Then we're going to still need a tight end and a center. Yeah, that makes sense. Get rid of 2 prime players. Great. You're so brilliant. I mean, while we're at it, hey, how about we just trade the whole team, right? That's what you will really love. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is nothing more than let's create a hot take and a buzz. And it worked. It worked because it's stupid. If you got draft capital already, what are you still dumping talent for? Why give somebody else TJ Hockenson for their draft pick? As if though whoever's coming in from the draft is a guaranteed lock. Why? He says, what if I could make that 6 first rounders in 3 years? What if I could make that 3 extra second rounders? What if we just built the war chest here? Shut up, Valenti. I pray to God your people watching. I pray to God they show you this. I pray to Lord that you see this. They already got me blocked. I can't even call in. If you want to hear something crazy, call the 19.1 the ticket while he's on and have everybody just say their name is Luke G. Watch you get hung up on and blocked. Watch. Because I'm going to call and say, why would you say this? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't add up. You're just making this up to go. Why would I want all them draft picks? It does not guarantee me what I already know I have in Frank Ragnow and TJ Hockenson. Now, watch this. Hockenson has been the Lions' most efficient offensive weapon in 2021, catching 16 passes for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first 2 games of the season. Here's Mike Valenti. What is the wisdom of having TJ Hockenson here and wasting his entire rookie contract only to then maybe be ready to win and have to pay him $20 million a year versus what if they finish burning this down? Got it. This mother. Okay. He says trade him away would deplete the offense of his top pass catcher threat, while moving away from Ragnow would lead Detroit without its best offensive lineman. When Beard mentioned trading Ragnow, Valenti's response was, why not? He goes on to say, I'm talking about putting 10 to 12 really good high-end young players into this franchise. How do you know this? There's no guarantee in the draft. You don't know who they are. It's a reason why people like Philip Lindsay, why people like Foster, John Randall, all these undrafteds, while these late round picks, if everybody knew who Tom Brady was, you think he'd go in the 6th? If people knew what Antonio Brown was, you think he'd go in the 5th? What in the God-given right mind person would think this is a brilliant idea? You can't guarantee me 10 to 12 really good, high-end, young, talented players. Hell, the Lions, who I said should not be given a 3rd year, thought that Kuda was a lockdown man coverage corner. And here I am with my unprofessional butt telling you that's not who he is. Okay, I'm continue reading. Valenti says, that puts me closer to winning than Hockenson having 78 catches for 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns and some sick letters. And then the question from the writer goes, but would the compensation be worth the loss? No, it wouldn't. This is just dumb. Steve-O says, don't get attached to any player. Everyone has a price. I'm cool with that. But here's the problem. You think you would ever hear somebody on the radio flagship talking about get rid of trade Lamar Jackson right now? No. You think you hear somebody sit there and say, hey, you can get a king's ransom if you trade Patrick Mahomes? Oh, wait, they're quarterbacks. We can't use that example, right? Right? Show me somebody else. Show me somebody else outside of a Detroit Lions radio show who would come up with this great idea. I know Jacksonville fans that I'm really good friends with who is disgusted at what Jacksonville did. And it's all because of Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin's the reason. I have literally talked to a lot of different people about this. Nobody agrees with this take. You can't find me another radio show to come up with a dumb take like this. You can't. He's under the assumption that it's going to take 3 years. Doesn't take that long. And if it did, re-sign your good tight end. Seriously. He's a threat. Look at the NFL as a whole. Even Herman Moore knows this. Herman Moore talked about this recently where he said, hey, the league going towards these tight ends is making it hard on linebackers. And that's the problem with it. See, I know somebody's going to say that Lamar is winning. Lamar is 1-1. Stop it. So is Mahomes 1-1. Stop it. But Lamar beat Mahomes. Well, let me switch it up for you. Name me the radio show who's talking about dumping your youngest talent under their rookie contract for draft capital. I'll wait. Come on. Where's it at? Give me the show. You want to tell me about who's winning? Give me the show. Name me a radio show that you heard of any news article where somebody came up with this most ridiculous, dumb idea. Name it. Don't make sense. Just dump all the talent. It made sense to move on from Stafford. Stafford asked for a trade. A team came and made him a deal they couldn't refuse. That makes sense. It made sense to move on from Darius Slay. Darius Slay asked for a trade. A team came and made him a deal. You couldn't refuse. You take it. How does this make sense? You know, while we at it, let's trade Sewell too. Trade Decker, trade Jackson. Burn it all up. Tear it all down. That's what he said. This is dumb. This is dumb. And this is why I do house mail first. This is why I just laugh. Because no other media outlet can come up with this kind of dumb stuff. Steve-O says, I trust Holmes to pick good players with his first and second round picks. Good. Can you trust that they won't get hurt? Can you trust that they won't have a career or season-ending injury? It's a lot of teams that drafted players this year that they thought would be great. They asses on IR. It's not about trusting if he can get the pick right or if he can do that. This is about I know what I have. No other radio station or media outlet will make a suggestion like this. It's dumb. And it's not that I'm attached to the player. I'm really not. But I got to be able to trade that, get capital, and be able to get that same type of player. And I'm going to give you a news flash. It's hard to find tight ends who block in, catch, and run routes. TJ Hockenson is a little bit unusual. Travis Kelce is unusual. I mean, hell, look at the Falcons, right? They got a rookie tight end, but he ain't no blocker. They got to take him out on certain plays because he can't block. They're not going to send him in a motion to make a block on a trap play. I bet you that. But you have options. Now, let me switch this up a bit because I got to get to this other part. And this part goes towards the Lions versus the Ravens because I can't with our media outlet. false narratives and ridiculous ideas because they have nothing else to do. Nothing else. It's almost next to impossible to dare try it. Kittle got 16, Hockenson with 120. I don't care. Pay him. He's your best weapon. Pay him. It is going to balance out any damn way. Pay him. Don't care. You're going to have cap. You're going to have a lot of people off this cap. And if you trust that he can draft, what difference does it make if you pay him the 20 and draft somebody else to help this team in another way? You trust that he can draft, right? That's all I'm pointing out. Now, there's this question, or not even a question, but an observation that's made that I said, interesting. New coach, same defense. What gives? Stay with me now. New coach, same defense. My man says to say the Detroit Lions are off to a slow start this season would be quite an understatement. In both losses, we are starting to see some not so promising trends. There's plenty of blame to hand out on all three phases of the game, offense, defense, special teams, but the defense in week 2 was eerily similar to week 1, which was painfully similar to 2020. Many, including myself, assumed simply shifting from a Matt Patricia's defense to anyone would do the trick. But here we are. So far, it's been a nightmare on defense or a dream for opposing offenses. The question is, why in my last video, we tried to break down why the defense looks about the same as previous years and what possibly can be done to remedy it in the season and beyond. This is a wide open case, so we can get your thoughts and possible solutions. Now, I'm going to tell you this. New coach, not same defense. And I'm going to tell you why. First things first, this defense is happy. There's not a lot of depressed players here. They're not angry. They're not running around all pissed off and stuff like that. They're not being made into robots. They have fun. That's one. 2, this defense is generating turnovers. I'm going to say it again. This defense is generating turnovers and getting opportunities for the offense to score. And last year's defense wasn't doing that through the first 2 weeks. Not even close. This defense does not give up the rate of big plays that last year's defense was giving up. This defense actually has a similar problem to last year's defense, but why is it looking like last year's defense? Well, the answer is simple. It's inside linebacker play. Luke, you're not going to tell me all these problems with the defense fall on the linebackers. Well, let's talk about it. Let's go on over here. I decided to go through and look at some stuff. And this right here is literally week 1 of 2020. So, I'm sitting here. I want to see what's going on here. I need to understand why things are happening. And the first thing that stood out to me was, damn, week 1, a whole lot of rushing. Now, this is going to shock you guys. But if you look at it, the Lions were able to run the ball too. And it's funny because you look at the same thing in week 1, they were able to run the ball, right? But yet they were not able to stop the run. So you may be saying to yourself, well, Luke, where are you going with this? I'm going to show you where I'm going with this. The Lions in 2020, after 2 weeks, gave up 487 passing yards, 238 rushing, and a total of 69 points. A total of 69 points. I went through each game. I went through each play. I wanted to look at it. So I realized that teams can either run the ball or they're winning the battle. Right? They're winning the battle, the turnover battle. So now I go to week 2 against Green Bay. And I see that Detroit right here is they got the sacks, right? Giving up sacks, no protection for the quarterback running for his life. And again, 259 rushing yards, right? 259 rushing yards. Now, in case you missed that, let's go back to week 1 of 2020, right? 149 in 1 week, right? and 259 in the second. Now, I misspoke earlier because I read it backwards, but that's 408 rushing yards in 2 games. 408. You want to know how many rushing yards the Lions are giving up this year? 227. So we got an improvement there, right? Then I go and I start to look and I say, well, these teams who are passing, they're not really doing a lot of passing, but it's not like they're getting a lot of passing yards. So week 1 of 2020, they had 242 passing yards. And I go, okay. And then week 2, they had 244. That's 486 passing yards. Now, keep in mind, we can go through and look at the Lions right now, who are sitting at 18th with 538. So they're getting beat in the passing game. That's what you're seeing, right? But the question is, where are they getting beat in the passing game? So I had to do some more research. So I went back and looked at play by play. And I went over here and I looked at play by play. Then we get to San Francisco. And now I see that we gave up some more rushing yards again. Got it. I see that we're still allowing them to pass. Got it. But how did they attack us in San Francisco? How? Well, they killed us with Deebo Samuel, is what most of you are going to say. But before we got there, we put a lot of attention on the tight end. And because we put a lot of attention on the tight end, because that position is so low value by Mike Valenti, we should get rid of it. We put a lot of attention on the tight end. And so they started killing us with the run. We didn't have linebackers filling the gaps. You had linebackers who was attempting to try to cover the tight end, but they didn't have to worry about that because the moment we ran the ball, it was so good that they had to start saying after tight end, we got to stop the run. And our linebackers were struggling with that. So I said, you know what? Let's look at this a little bit more objectively, right? Let's try to figure out why is this defense not producing. So I went here and I said, okay, we're 18th in passing yards. And I said, dang, that sucks. That really, really sucks. But we were fourth. We were fourth in passing completions. In case you were wondering, that's defense right here. That's pass. I'm going down to go here to percentages for completion percentage. We get them the 4th highest rate. Now, I said to myself, how is that possible? Right? How is that possible? That can't be. So I goes over here and I look at last year's games again. I look at all the scoring drives. Field goal right here on 10 plays. And I said, well, in those 10 plays, who did they throw it to? Ironically, out the backfield. Then I go down. See, we got a field goal. So at this point, it's field goal to field goal, but we still not running this damn ball. Now we go up 13-6 at some point before going into half. Then we drop another touchdown, 20-6. Right? And then it became the freaking, and then at one point, 23-6, and then it became the Mitchell Trubisky show. He started running. The running back started running. Receivers started getting stuff. They started throwing screens and stuff. And I said, damn. Now, how can I make this relate to the current times? How can I bring this all to one accord? So I come back. I look at every piece of information. I look at all the big plays. And it came to the same answer. Linebacker play. Jelani Tavai couldn't catch a goddamn cold. Couldn't take a perfect angle to get there. Was slow at the point of attack. Just wasn't getting it done. Jared Davis had injury, and they had to put in Jalen Reeves-Maybin quite often. He couldn't cover nobody. He couldn't stop the run. Now let's fast forward to this year. Same damn problem. Because instead of taking a linebacker, you took a corner. Same problem. Same problem. Different thing. And I sit there and I go, okay. I go, all right. I see how this is going. So I started paying attention to it. I started paying attention to it a little bit more. I go play by play, y'all. I had to match the play by play up with film. I really wanted to see how this played out. I come back, I'm seeing a lot of the same behavior from Jamie Collins. Bad linebacking play. I'm seeing him do the same stuff, killing us out the backfield with the running back. The difference is this defense is more committed to stopping the run. This defense is a little bit more committed to trying to stop the pass. The problem is they giving up big plays, and them big plays is coming on one Okuda, or in this one particular game with the Packers, it came on a perfectly thrown ball on Iffy, a rookie cornerback, to Devontae Adams. The rest of that, they didn't have to throw it to no other receiver. Think to yourself this question. When's the last time a team came into the game and was like, I'm about to attack their linebackers? Now, before you answer that, there's a caveat I want you to focus on. They come into the team saying, I'm going to exploit the linebackers on a team that has a rookie corner on one side, a veteran on the other side, but he's been inconsistent, right? And they decide, I'm going to go after the veteran linebackers. Who does that? Because they're weak in that department. They're not good. That's the problem. We're having a hard time with these damn linebackers. We cannot do this. We can't keep doing this. It don't make sense. So I sit there and I go, let me break this down a little bit further. How can we relate this to the Ravens? And so I said, it's not the same defense. They play faster. They're not thinking as much. Hell, Tracy Walker looks better. Will Harris looks better. Even when Will Harris, many people say Will Harris played bad. Even when they said that, I said, he's looking like he bad because the linebackers, it's supposed to go D-line, and I had to go back and watch the game. So I'm like, maybe D-line not holding up. Nope, they holding up, giving gaps for linebackers to field. They're not doing it. I got linebackers running to the same gap. I don't know why. I got linebackers who can't get off blocks. I don't know why. And when I went to last year, I saw a lot of the same problems. We needed a damn linebacker. In fact, it was so bad that after we took Sewell, everybody named Mama wanted a linebacker. That's all they wanted. I wanted a safety, I ain't gonna lie. But they wanted a linebacker. Right? We finally get one. Right? And after we get one, it's just not there. It's just not there. Jamie Collins has lack of effort. I don't even call Alex Anzalone no more. He's Rudy. At least he tries, but he just is who he is. He's Rudy. Right? So we don't have the same defense. Here's another fun fact. Somebody said to me, oh, you was wrong. I said, the Lions gave up a total of 69 points in the last 2 weeks in 2020. In the first 2 weeks, in 2020. And how many points the Lions gave up in the first 2 weeks? The defense gave up this year? Just a ballpark. Want to know? Anybody? Anybody? I mean, let's think about this now. How many points do y'all think the Lions gave up in 2020? I'm sorry, in 2021 thus far. That's the way I should word it. Thus far, how many points? Because I realized something, that people don't want to be fair to the Lions. They don't. And I'm cool with it. Now, that gives y'all time to figure some stuff out. I'm giving you all the time in the world to figure this out. How many points have the Lions defense given up? All right. I got 80. I got 256. I got 76. 32. I got 69 or 70. 76, 24, 72. Here's your answer, people. 69 points. Well, how are they giving up the same point total, Luke? How's that possible? It can't be. They gave up 41 to the 49ers in week 1 and 35, 41 and 35 is 76. You forget he threw a pick 6 on offense. But at a snapshot, the numbers can lie to you. The numbers can lie to you. He threw a pick 6 in that. That's what led to it being a higher score. On top of this, the other issue that we're having is, as an offense, we are putting the defense in bad positioning. Another issue that I noticed in 2020, where the offense, instead of them not being able to score or move the ball realistically, the offense is putting them in bad positions. They can move the ball and score. They're just putting the defense in a position to have to do more. The defense should not be out there more. These things should not happen. And so when you've got 69 points in last year and 69 points in this, you may say, well, they give it the same amount of points. But the way it happened is different. The only thing that was the same was poor linebacker play. So, Luke, what does it got to do with us going against the Ravens? I'm going to tell you how we beat the Ravens, even though I believe we are not beating the Ravens. I'm going to show you how to beat them. I want you to look at this. If I look at this in a snapshot, and the reason I showed you that snapshot to ask you how many points is because I knew that many of us will forget that it was a pick 6 thrown in that game. Right? This team is giving up 752 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That's what that defense has done. Right? Right? Like, they struggle with passes in the 20 yards. So conventional wisdom would tell you to pass the ball on this team. In fact, on defense, this team only gave up 144 rushing yards, a 3.7 average. So conventional wisdom tells you not to run the ball, but pass it. But then I had to do a little bit more research. And I went through and I looked. And I said, 21 rushes, 82 yards. And this team really did light them on fire and pass on them. But why did the Raiders win this game? How did they pull this off? Because they had a turnover that ended the game. In fact, most of their running comes from the quarterback. Well, Luke, that has nothing to do with it. Yes, it does. I'm going to show you. Keep paying attention. This team right here aired it out because they knew for a fact that they were going to just keep running it. The man threw the ball 30 times, completed 19 of them. Right? For 235, 1 touchdown. Got a QBR of 60.8. Right? Nothing to write home, but he ran that thing. Woo! Run Lamar. 21 carries on this defense. Still was a 3.9 average. But we're going to take that one run from Marcus Mariota out. So, they stopped the run. So 20 carries, and they didn't run the ball. They threw it 56 times. Here's the problem I have with this. The Lions need to run the ball against the Ravens. Why? Because the other teams didn't try. They ran the ball 20 times against this team and just didn't try. 56 passes was nuts. You go to the next game against the Kansas City Chiefs. And once again, what do I see? Another player who's passing his ball, not doing so good. The defense letting this guy 24-31 get 343 and a touchdown. But guess what? This team wasn't trying to run. 18 carries, 62 yards. The reason the numbers look like it should say that we should not run against this team is because nobody's tried it. That's our strength. Our strength is to run. And if you want to have a chance for your defense to succeed and you to have a chance to win this game, you have to run the ball. That limits your defense being on the field as long. That limits them having their offense on the field as long. The only reason that this team looks like they're so good against the run is because these people in the league aren't trying. They do just enough run to set up the play action. Just enough run to throw a deep route. They're not trying to run the ball. But that's our strength. We can run the ball. We can put all the pressure on them. On defense, we could just focus on this. Stop Lamar Jackson from running. Oh, that's easier said than done, Luke. No, it's not difficult at all. It's not. If you force him to pass, it's simple. This is the one game where you need to have your DNs play outside contain and unleash Derek Barnes. Every time you blitz Derek Barnes. Don't worry about it. Let my man Ellis Anzalone do his coverage thing and be a spy. Meanwhile, unleash Derek Barnes. But on offense, you have to run the ball. You cannot sit there and try to play this game of passing with them. Because as you can see, right now, that both these teams lit them up with the pass. One barely lost in Kansas City. The other one got the win. And you know why? Because that guy over here fumbled. But 20 rushes for literally 51 yards is not you trying. That's not it. Not when you threw the ball 56 times. Stop playing with me. They are literally calling design run plays for the quarterback. That's 34 rushing attempts with the quarterback in there. 34. Take 12 from that, that's 22 rushes. So take the quarterback rushing out of it. We know for a fact that with 22 rushes and taking out Lamar Jackson's rushing attack, you're talking about a team that still was able to run the damn ball against the Raiders effectively. And this should not be happening. That's still 103 rushing yards. I want us to be... Oh, I'm sorry. I got to do this too. Let me go back to the Raiders because I got to be fair. I took out the quarterback runs because I don't care if it's a design play. So I'm going to take it out. So that brings it to 20. Now I got to take the 4 out for Derek Carr because I forgot about them 4 runs too. So that brings it to 16. So 16 rushing attempts. This is how ridiculous this is. 16 rushing attempts is what they did in a damn game. I know Jacobs got hurt. You still had Kenyon Drake. You still had him. 16 rushing attempts for 44 yards. People are going to say, oh, that's because the defense shut them down. No, it wasn't. They were more committed than anything else. Now, if you in here, please hit the like button. It does help the channel out. I see we got a Bear fan in here. He feeling good. I love when I see the people in here. Shout out to Hack892. I don't mind seeing a Bear fan in here or a Vikings fan in here or whatever. I don't. We got to play y'all after the Ravens. We going to beat y'all. So don't go too far, Hack. I promise you that. Don't go too far. Plus, if you want, you can come on and talk about your Bears. I am not shying away from it. It says Swift will top out in the second quarter. We don't run them. we I don't know. Okay, let me just show y'all something. Well, Luke, what if he right? What if the defense is what's killing us? What if that's what's going on? Right? Like what if that's how it's going down? Right? I'll just show you. Let's go back to offense, people. Let's go back to offense. And let's go to rushing. Right? Now, we're going to get on down here on offense. We go back to rushing. This is this year. What does that say for the Lions? Yards per carry. Anybody see that? The 4th rated team in yards per carry. 5.2. Run the damn ball. I don't know how to say this. Run the damn ball. Well, Luke, look at the yards that he got rushing, though. Okay. So you want to talk about the yards they got rushing? We'll go through that. Mobile quarterback. They just commit to the run. 3.4 yard average. Cool. 309, they got 2 running backs, and they committed to it with a 5.1 yard average. That's great. But guess what? The Lions are not committing to the run, and it's because they're getting behind too much. And they're getting behind because of small mistakes from our linebackers, giving up big plays. When you go through and look at the number of attempts, look at all these teams who got way more attempts than us. Way more attempts than us. Trying to commit to the run. Look where the Lions is at. They're not trying to run the ball enough. They're playing this pass the ball stuff. I believe the first game, he threw the ball 56 times. We can't keep doing this. Can't keep getting behind. Come out, run the ball early and often. This is a game where you need a lot of screens and draws. We need time on the field. Just because this team looks like we should not attack their run, that's not how we should go about it. You have to run the ball. I'm tired of seeing this. Let me show y'all one more thing. I'm tired of seeing this. Now, this team as a whole got a 5.2 yard average. But if I go to player stats, right? If I were to go to player stats and I were to go to rushing, right? Just to give you an idea, I want y'all to see who got the most attempts. Because that matters. All right? Christian McCaffrey, 52. Derrick Henry, 52. Joe Mixon, 49. Come on down. Come on down. Let me know when y'all see a Detroit Lion running back. Let me know when y'all see a Detroit Lion running back. We ain't running it enough. We're not putting the ball on the ground too much. We getting behind too soon, too fast. Let's go to the next page because that's how we got to get there. Don't tell me we can't run a damn ball against this team. You asking me how we can win this game? Run a damn ball. On defense, unleash Derek Barnes. He has to be the one to go after him. DeAndre Swift, 19 carries. Huh? That's it? That's all. That's it. Jamal Williams, 16 carries. Huh? What? What'd you say? This is ridiculous. Come on, people. Y'all can't convince me this makes sense. Well, look, we are running a 2 running back system. Okay. You know how many teams run a 2 quarterback system? Kareem Hunt got 19 carries. Right? They run a 2 quarterback system. Where's Nick Chubb at? Where's Nick Chubb? Show me where Nick Chubb is. Because I bet you he's on that first page, 26 carries. We're not even distributing the ball evenly. Our strength is running the ball. We have that high average, not because we haven't did a lot of attempts, because we efficient on a lot of those attempts. I'm going to show you something else. So obviously we know what they got. Jamal Williams got 79 rushing yards on 16 carries. Can a man get the goddamn ball? DeAndre Swift, 76 rushing yards on 19 carries. This ain't got nothing to do with anything else. The Lions can win this game by beating and exploiting them with their short pass because guess what? The Ravens have the same problem as the Lions. And you know what that is? Their linebackers is struggling to cover people too. So I should see a lot of screens. I should see a lot of freaking draw plays. I should see a lot of trap plays. I should see a lot of tight end passes. Their linebackers are struggling too. Patrick Quin is struggling. All of them is struggling. This is the one game where your number one target should be running backs like how Green Bay did us. This is the one game. This is not how this works. I'm just pointing it out to you. So how do you beat this team? Simple. Step 1, Run the ball. Do not buy into the hype that they are so great against the run. It's not true. Step 2, unleash Derek Barnes. Well, Luke, I don't know if that's going to work. Give me a minute. Don't tell me it ain't going to work. Give me a minute. I'll show you exactly what the hell I'm talking about. I'll give you the truth if you're willing to accept it. It's not hard. This is why I say you have to unleash Derek Barnes. Now, before somebody starts saying something crazy to me, understand something. I can only show you what the truth is. I can't do nothing else but show you what the truth is. Okay? And I know this is a challenge, but people should see it. They really should. So let me just show it. Hopefully, I don't have any problems. Hopefully, I don't get no bans or nothing. I don't need no problems. Okay? So I'm just going to show y'all why you got to unleash them. Let me get this off the screen. But Collins is our hardest hitter, and he's not playing in the right position to succeed. Hardest hitter? No. See, I would generally agree with something like that if I believed it, but his problem ain't got nothing to do with tackling. Oh, wait, it does, because he's not even trying. There's a lack of effort. That's what the problem is. It says, why are we talking about running the ball when the defense as a whole is not there yet? Derek Barnes would be good, but come on, people. He's a rookie. Oh, the nerve of people. Let me help. I believe this is the right video. If it's not, excuse me why. Let me see. I'll show you why we got to unleash him. I need to move this up. We got to change this. Here we go. All right. One of the things why I feel so confident in Derek Barnes is his ability to not waste any motion. Any motion. Okay? Now, I said you got to unleash him. He's right here, people. You got to unleash him. He's not going to waste any motion. Watch this. Boom. Yeah. Outside shoulder. Let me get in there. He's a run defender. So I ain't got to worry about their running backs. He's right there, good people. No lost motion. Watch the blitz. You got to unleash this damn player. This is not something I can make up. It's what film tells me happens. It's one of the reasons I got excited when we drafted him. He sees the open gaps, and when it's go time, he go get you. Some of y'all sometimes don't be understanding. Look at this. The running back, even if he wanted to chip him, look at this. He's trying to get outside. The quarterback has no time. His closing speed is there. You have to unleash him. Send him directly. If you're going to blitz any linebacker, blitz him. Blitz him. He didn't even worry about, the running back ain't going to do nothing. I'm going to get the quarterback. He can't throw when I'm in his face. No wasted motion. Just watch. First step, he went straight to it. Beat the guy to the block. Look at that. Oh, my God. Let me get that. What's that rookie stuff you was talking? What's that rookie stuff you was saying? I'm sorry. Okay. Just putting it out there. So, people, when you're looking at this game, I'm being honest with you. I don't think the Lions win this game. But if there was ever a moment where the Lions would show up and show out, this would be the game. This would be it. This would be the game if ever there was a moment for him to show up and show out. But the Lions have to run the ball. That means we keep our defense off the field and keep their defense on the field. They have to become real comfortable with the screen and swing passes. They're going to try to tee off. They're going to try to tee off on them. That's just 100% the truth. They're going to try to do it. He says, man, I can't believe this guy Luke breaking down film on Derek Barnes. He played like 10 plays. Give this kid a chance. Pump your brakes. All right. I see sometimes when people don't understand how things work. Let me just show you something. I'll show you. You see, I can show you things that support what I say. Right? I don't just randomly say things. I don't just come up and say, oh, this is going to be great because I want people to buy into the hype. I don't just say that. That's not what I do. I don't think there's no reason or rhyme or reason to do anything like that. I just don't believe that this is smart. Now, you're saying to me, I want to be clear now. You're saying to me that I need to pump my brakes. Right? He got 2 tackles. Right? 2 tackles. On 5 snaps. 2 tackles on 5 snaps. They gave this man 5 freaking snaps. Here's your 5 snaps. A pass play against the 49ers, and then they ran the ball 3 times. 2 of them he stopped dead in his track. They punt. 5 snaps. I told y'all be careful when y'all talk like this. Everybody was talking all that trash about Isaiah Simmons when I kept telling you they're not playing him. They're not utilizing him. I don't understand why they're not. Meanwhile, he over here hitting people head on like Derrick Henry. Y'all better stop playing with me. They put him in a full rotation. He's performing. Y'all better stop playing with me. Don't tell me about, he was struggling. I'm telling you to unleash this man. Tell him to go be free. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you to unleash him. This is not me putting anything on him that he has not already shown me. I'm not telling you anything else. Now, when we go over to the film, I'm just showing you, as a blitzer, it don't get no better than this. It don't. Outside, watch the power. Watch the power. Get the hell off of me. Let me get that. Y'all, hold on, let me go for it. Get off of me. 6 feet, huh? Just a rookie. Watch the power. You blitz him. You unleash him. Look at this. The track down. Let me get that. Let me skip. Some of y'all gonna say it's just Boston College. Okay. Avoiding all them blocks to the running back. Unleash my goddamn linebacker. Unleash him. Tell him we gonna win this game with your play. We gonna be better with your play. Another mobile quarterback. Let me get that. Y'all got any questions? I'm all ears. Any questions? Let's talk about it. Y'all want to challenge me, say I'm crazy? Feel free. I'm just telling you, unleash the linebacker. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to do anything else extra. Unleash the linebacker. I'm taking all y'all questions right now. This is your time. Ask me anything you want. You want to ask me questions about dumb Mike Valenti's solution? Let's talk about it. Collins should be an outside linebacker. Why? 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 Okay. What defense you think we playing? No, listen. This Collins can be moved wherever you want. He's unmotivated. You know what? I got to show it again. This is ridiculous. First of all, I'm going to be fair. I really am. I'm going to be fair to Jamie Collins. I'm going to be fair. Okay? Not because I want people to say, oh, well, this is, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. I just want people to have the opportunity to see it. That's all. All right. So I'm going to be fair. I'm going to show Jamie Collins in his first season. Not even his first season. This is him. This is him on the Patriots. All right, so here we go. Let me put it on the screen. I want to be fair. There's time for questions, but I just want to show this one thing. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all questions in. I promise. All right, here we go. So Jamie Collins, you say it's an outside linebacker, right? Now, I don't know if you're looking at this. Let me go all the way back to the beginning. I want to get this as far back. Okay, it's at the beginning. This is Jamie Collins right here. All right, this is Jamie Collins. Here's your outside guy. Here's your inside guy. Bill Belichick ain't even used him at outside, but I just want to indulge you. All right, Jamie Collins. I want you to see the effort. See how he wants the ball. Let me go back. See how he's actually pushing the blocker off of him. Let me get over here. Yeah, let me get over here. He wants the ball, right? Like, this is what he wants. I want to give you all the fair shots. We're going to bring it back right here. Very next play. Your man's, I believe he's right here. This is Jamie Collins up there. Yep, look at him. But I want you to see his positioning. See his positioning. He's still inside. Still inside backer. Watch what he do for the Patriots. Oh, now you can shoot gaps. You can cut them off. You can tackle. Got it. Now, let me go back. I just, what else can I do? Let's see what Jamie Collins looks like, I don't know, for, say, the Detroit Lions, right? Let's see how his effort is on this play. How much effort he can show on this play. Let me see. I want to cue it up. The reason I showed that is because I want you to understand they're using him in his same spot. Okay? Same spot. Hold on. Let me get it right there. All right. Now, here we go. All right. I got it queued up. People, I don't understand why y'all don't get that this man is just don't care. This is thanks to one, there goes Mobby. Right? So watch this play. Jamie Collins is looking. He's got the spirit going. Look at the spirit of this man. Watch this. We're going to get it right here. How many yards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much you think that is between them two? How much? How much space? If you had to measure that space, how much space is between these two? How much? Do you think at this point he can reach out and touch him? If you was just looking at the film, can he reach out and touch him? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Questions, please. I'm good. I can't. Some things I just can't ignore. Let's see what you got for questions. I'm okay with where we are at. We're young and we learn right now. We didn't need to win right now. Okay. Conley's kind of a big, slow dino who needs some crack or speed. His rich, it's something. Okay, let's see. Hey, Luke, let's talk about Fish Fry Friday with Luke G. Frying them hard. Hot sauce, no ketchup. That's right. Got to put the hot sauce on there, 100%. Let's see. Southwest Lions totally agree. And when you doing things like that, you can't expect 10 to 13 win season. They are young. What do you think about the people not blaming Patricia as much now that we know our defense is the worst without him too? You still blame Patricia. And the defense is not worse without him. That's just not true. I've shown earlier in the video that that's not true, that the defense is not worse without him. In fact, the defense without him is better. It's better on every front. It's the same damn problem that we was talking about before they took Okuda. We need a linebacker. We need linebackers, and we need them bad. And we forego the linebacker because they decided it didn't matter. If you look at the total point they gave up, it's the same amount of points last year as it was this year. But most of that roster was constructed in 3 seasons under Patricia. You still look at Patricia as the problem. Patricia said he had a lot to clean up at the Jim Caldwell. That's baloney. What had a lot to be cleaned up was what they're doing now. So here's my thoughts on it. When I watch this team, I'm telling you the same problem persisted last year. Poor linebacking play. And in this season, they're playing way better on defense. It's just we got poor linebacking play. That's my response to it. Patricia's the problem. Yes, I wanted Isaiah Simmons. We didn't get him. Let's see. And Luke, do you think Trey Flowers is an elite pass rusher? No. No, he's not an elite pass rusher. No way. We have a very bad secondary and linebackers all around. No, we have a linebacking problem. That's why. The Green Bay Packers didn't decide to attack the secondary. No. They attacked the linebackers. That's what they did. They said, we're going to get at the linebackers. Baltimore, Buki, and Houston and others on the COVID list. Uh-oh. The defense looks silly. I know, because our linebackers was that terrible. When your linebacker play is that bad, you don't got to do nothing. You just don't. Derek Barnes and Levi has that it factor. It's something you can't teach. It's something you can't develop. If you have it, it's from birth. Just unleash it regardless of inexperience. That's all it is. I can show you film of Levi ain't moving. I can show you that. Says, really, you think we have a good secondary? No, I think we have an injured secondary. I think if you look at the secondary as a whole, right? And you're being honest about the secondary as a whole. If we had Jalen Ramsey and I don't know, J.C. Jackson, right? Let's say we have both those corners at our cornerback. And let's say at safety, we're gonna just say we kept Tracy Walker and we kept Will Harris. And we had those same linebackers, we would still get exposed. And it's not going to be because of the cornerbacks. It's because teams are not attacking the cornerbacks. They're attacking the damn linebackers. In fact, the one big play that Deebo Samuel got was just that one big play on him. The rest of them were quirky plays where they trying to get him moving around in space. If he did a very good job of covering the guy, but then he got hurt. So you got injuries. So now when you look at it with the injury starting to mount up on it, yeah, we got injuries and we got a problem there. But when you go through and you look at the way we're losing these games, rookie running back coming in, rushing for 131 yards, that's on the linebackers. Why is the running back getting all the way the hell up to the safeties? Because there's no linebackers there. When you go in and you look at Green Bay, who was still somewhat okay to run the ball, but didn't really run it like that because they didn't care because they realized I'm just going to pass it with the running back. They're going after the linebackers. The interior linebackers was terrible. So that's why I look at it like that. The coaching staff knew Collins was trash. They just let him hang himself to justify getting rid of him in contrast to his contract. That's what I think happened. That's exactly how I think it happened. Luke, how much can you bench press? Let's put the pass back on you and put you at linebacker. Man, I ain't nowhere near as strong as I was when I played. Nowhere near. I could probably still do 225 probably 15 times, but when I was seriously into football, working out all the time, I was able to do like 225 like 24 times. That was like my total I did when I was in college. But I ain't nowhere near it. But at this point, I'll be better than what the hell we got out there. Like literally. If you have a great linebacker, they cover a lot of your defensive weaknesses. Go and ask the Ravens when they had Ray Lewis and damn it, what's dog name? Peter Bullware and all, man, they was covered up a lot of them cornerbacks. So it says, okay, but safeties don't make plays either. The safeties are supposed to make plays, but how can I, for example, that play where Okudah was out there by himself getting beat, the safety, if he wasn't so concerned with trying to stop the run, he can get his ass out there. He couldn't do that. So they had to leave that man on the island. And the island that he was on was real lonely. Right? Like, just think about it. Or when you look up and you got a rookie running back with an offensive line that's barely put together, running the ball, and keep in mind, the D line is touching all these people. They touched Garoppolo, they touched Aaron Rodgers. The secondary is having to come up to support what the linebackers are supposed to be supporting. We can't keep playing this game and acting like this is not how it works. Like, seriously. So I get what you're saying. I'm just, but I'm not sitting there and saying, "Oh, this is all of a thing." Then you get Cap Ice Cole says, "Problem is, if Fat Patty drafted Simmons, he was going to make him gain weight like they did to Vi. And if he did that, fine. Because guess what? He still would have been fast enough to do it. And then when they came in, he would have lost weight and been back to the same thing. Simple. That's all it is. Linebackers are only as good as their D tackles. Well, newsflash, our D tackles are doing their job. That's why I'm mad at the linebackers. If I was not, I can show you gaps. I can show you gaps that I'm saying to myself, bruh, you can make a play. Like you can literally make a play. I cannot make this up. If I go back and let's say I go back to the Lions versus Packers game, right? I go back to that game and we go through the highlights, right? And we just look at the defense. We don't look at nothing else but the defense, right? I promise you I can show you gaps where they're just not shooting them. Let me skip all that. I don't need all that. They're just not shooting them. All right, let's start here. You tell me if you see a gap or not. You say they're only as good as the D-line. Where's the problem with the D-line here? They won the line of scrimmage. Where's the problem with the D-lines here? Where? Where's this problem at? D-line doing their job. Look at this linebacker. Free. Let's go back. Free. Let's slow it down. Some things need to be seen a little bit slower. Right? Show me this. Look, our D-line already off the ground, minus this one. They already gone. And look, beat them to the point of attack. He comes free. This is Jamie Collins. He only is good at the D-line. Watch this. Let me go back. What's even worse is when you watch it in full time. You is not finna tell me this is the fastest he can run. I'm just not buying this. Let's see. Let's go back. The D-line is only as good as the D-line. Here we go. Free. That's as fast as he can run. Already gave up. Bruh. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're just gonna act like we don't see this stuff. But okay, I'll play along. What's wrong with the D-line right here? They ain't get no pressure. He moving. You think Aaron Rodgers is throwing the ball like this because it's a clean pocket? Right? Oh, that's a clean pocket, Luke. Yeah. He sees what he sees. That guy's looking there. And now here we go. Cornerback having to do it. But watch your linebacker right here. This is your linebacker. Oh, yeah, he care. Yeah, that's it. Woo! Talk about the D-line. Right here again. Still looking at the D-line going. Let's get it. Look at this. You blitz. Tell me this. This make me. Tell me if this ain't Derek Barnes, he ain't getting here. Look at this. Look how slow this blitz was. But nonetheless, look at this. Come on, people. Come on. Only as good as the D-line. Right? Let's keep going. That's what they say. Only as good as the D-line. And I agree with that. When the D-line not doing their job, we can talk about it. They doing it right here. Again, who wins the point of attack? Who's winning the point of attack? Look at this right here. Watch your linebackers. Look at your linebackers. Who wins the point of attack? All you got, he should be already hitting this gap. 100%. He should already be over here. Let's watch it. He bails out. If you miss it. Let's slow it down. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Everybody got excuses because they don't remember the film, but I do. Because I'm looking at everything. Let's watch this in slow-mo. Who wins the point of attack? Now, watch me now. Ball is pitched. How does he see this and bail out already? How? Why is he not coming downhill at this point? D-line is winning their matchups. This is why they're throwing the ball outside. Will Harris having to come up to help with this run. Where's my linebackers after all of this? The safety from way back. Let me go back. Let me show you how far. Let me show you how far in Egypt the safety. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about some things. So the safety right here. Just go my linebackers. Here go my D-line. It's A right there. Let's take a look at. Here we go. Bam. Okay. My safety can get off a block. My linebacker, where the is he running to? Talk to me. Tell me what am I missing? Where is he going to? Where? Where is he running to? Notice how everybody else going downhill. Where the F he going? When is you going to go downhill? Anytime, Ellis Anzalone. Anytime. We already know Jamie Collins don't want none of this smoke. He's bailing towards the end zone because we all know if you get over here, you're going to stop this run. Right? I mean, this is Dylan. When is you going to get down? You know what? Let's keep going. He's not even trying to block. Who did 28 block? Who did Dylan? AJ Dillon didn't block nobody. Not 3 people he didn't block. Got to fight off a lineman and get around the running back. You know he wouldn't have to do that if the linebacker's scrape. Now here's this guy looking. When is he going to start running this way? He's not. He's fighting with number 13. A receiver. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I can't make this stuff up. This is not how football games are won. We have a linebacker problem. They got to be better. Let me get to these questions. It's time to let our DNs go back to what they do best and put them back on the line. Romeo had 1 tackle last game. I agree. I'm always going to be partial to a 4-3. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be partial. You know, I would have went 4-3, but hey, for right now, it's kind of hard because they feel like they got the pieces for a 3-4. But if you look at all the pieces that they took, when the time comes, if they want to do a 4-3 or 3-4 and keep mixing it up, they have the pieces. They're starting to work on it. Luke, why not call up Beckett? I think it's because he does have a little bit more room to grow. I saw some plays where he took some bad angles. And the thing is false steps. When you're playing linebacker, you can't take a lot of false steps, especially when you're not really that fast or superly overly athletic. And I think that's why you're not seeing him get called up just yet. I don't know, man. The Lions are like the hot ass girlfriend who you buy drinks for all night long, then don't put out later. You feel me? Nah, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not buying drinks for nobody all night long. Y'all got to change the game up. Stop treating them like this. Yeah, you got to make it be reciprocal. I get what you're saying though. Let me see. Let's see. Reed, bring back to Vi. Let me see down here. Luke be reaching, telling y'all love my dog, but damn, where was the reach at? Tell me where I'm reaching at. You telling me that the D-line ain't winning the line of scrimmage? I just showed you in real time. That was real time. I literally showed you. Just saying. Collins read that. He just punked out. That's my point. The gap was there for you to shoot it and run. And you can see the difference in him and as an inside backer with New England. I can go and show you footage of him on the Browns, and he's doing this too often. That's because he's not doing it. Luke G, you sold me. I'm hitting that sub now. Appreciate it. I'm just telling you, the line of scrimmage is being won. The D-line is winning it. Our linebackers is not filling these holes. They've been doing this junk for too long. Said the first time I heard Luke since his last stream, and he still complain about the linebackers. Somebody brought it up. Somebody brought it up. I got to answer the question. It's not my fault. I'm just saying that's the problem. I'm just saying that's the problem. If I skipped over your question, I do apologize. I got to see if I can find it because it's going down. I'm trying to keep up with it. Let me see. Where is it? Maybe you didn't put it in there. Maybe you pulling my leg. Let me see. I don't see it, bro. Maybe I'm tripping. But I'm telling you, our D-line is winning these matchups. I can show you so many times. Yeah, he making business decisions. Who does this at linebacker, bro? I'm telling you. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all another play. Y'all going to love this one. This is one of my favorite plays by him. Let me see. I think it comes directly after this, to be honest with you. So let me see. I got to skip it a little bit. Let me see. We're going to get down to about right. I want to make sure I get there. Okay. All right. Let's watch this for a second. Again, here go our linebackers. I can't make this stuff up. Watch the D-line. At some point, this becomes elementary, right? He's looking. One gap, two gap. One gap, two gap. If he goes here, great. Safety comes up, field. He goes here, great. Cornerback plus safety should be able to come up. Here we go. Who he hitting, bro? Wait a minute. Watch. All you got to do is meet this blocker right here. Yeah, that's how you get him. You can't make this stuff up. I haven't seen nothing like this. Bruh, hold on. We got to go back and find this damn other video. Where's this other? Here we go. My man, listen. Listen. Oh, my mama. How did this happen? Let's get back some. Let me go back. I want y'all to see this. I really want y'all to see this. All right. Watch this. How do we get from this with New England? Taking on the blocker, filling the hole. How do we get to this? Extending, keeping leverage, getting outside shoulder, push back, all this. How do we get from that to taking on a blocker? Right? To this. How you take on the blocker. I'm going to lower my shoulder. I haven't seen this since a Little League game. Listen. People, wait a minute. I want you to understand something, okay? It's two things you got to see here. This is very important. This man is blocking down on the other guy. Why is he attacking him? Shouldn't he be attacking this dude? And then look what happened. You got to, bro, y'all don't see how this, listen, this is, I got to slow this down some more. Y'all. Watch Dog. Dog gotta go and try to cut him off because he doing his job. Meanwhile, he got his eyes locked on the dude blocking down on the D lineman. Dog goes and get him. We can't keep doing this, people. We can't. I'm telling you right now. He was targeting the dude blocking John Pennicini. And the blocker came and cut him off for hitting his lineman and stopped him. The running back, because nobody field over here, sees the cutback lane, which he should not be scraping over here. But watch. Who is you? I'm done. I can't take it no more. Any other questions? Any other questions? I can't make this stuff up. Any other questions? Really? People running into people targeting the wrong people not filling gaps. Your problem with this defense is the same thing you had last year. You don't have linebackers. It's a reason why I told y'all we need to keep Jared Davis, because at least with Jared Davis, you can at least blitz Jared Davis. He may not be the best in coverage, but you can at least blitz him. Who can you blitz between Collins and Alex Anzalone? They don't even want to do it. They're not trying to do it. They're not even trying to be in the midst of the play. There's no way. There's no way. It says he on that LT drugs. I can't make this stuff up. Bruh, I watch these games like I'm preparing for them myself. I know I ain't going to never get in these games, but I watch them that way because it's enjoyable. It says, Luke, I am not convinced that this is the time to move on from both Walker and Harris. You can move on from them at the end of the year if you want to. I'm fine with that, but I feel like keep them and just upgrade the position. That's all. Just keep them. I mean, Collins is unmotivated. There's no credible leadership to follow here. He came from Patricia, which was something to follow, but he's ace card was Belichick credibility leadership. I don't know. You see how he looking at him, Luke? Like he's shocked, man. But dude, I can hear the circus music playing like dim 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 dim. like you can't even avoid a dude who can't see you, bro. Y'all don't even understand how bad this is, man. Oh, Like, bruh, right. C says it's like Collins was sealing the hole for the running back. Who team is you on? Bruh, let me go back to this one more time. I can't make this up. I can't. How do you run into a dude who can't see you, bruh? Like this is like when somebody rear ends somebody. Like I should have to look at my rear view mirror. I gotta look straight. He don't see you. Who is you blocking here, bro? Who you playing for? You don't need a whole entire seal block. You don't help. It's 3 people blocking my man John Pennicini. 2 Packers and a Lion. You can't make this stuff up, bro. Look at this hole. If he just filled this gap, the running back got to dance. Meanwhile, Alex Anzalone, I want y'all to see something with Alex. Watch this. He comes down. Running back gets it. Now he finna try to cut it back. He's already too much weight in there. Now he got, look. See right here. He's already over pursued. Now he got to put his weight on that foot, kick up, and go back. But don't worry. They got 3 blockers over here. 2 Packers and a Lion. Now watch. He don't even see him. I don't, who the hell's 83? Scantley. That's what it is. Scantley don't even see him. Watch this. But at least Alex Anzalone is battle play. My man who just helped out with the block, watch this. He just like, oh, okay. Okay, cool. I can't make this up. This is nuts. Watch the defensive line. Look at that. They all ready to go. Boom. All right, here we go. Finally fills the gap. Right? Blocker chop blocks him. Where's my other linebacker at? All right. Look at the separation. Oh, let's go back one more time. Let's go back. Everybody else on top, I'm pretty sure is covered. Look at the separation. Watch the closing speed. Bro, this is the most Madden stiff arm I ever seen in my life, bro. The arm is already out, bro. He got full extension already, bro. Y'all cannot, bro. This is, oh my God. He got full extension. How do you still do this? I'm done. Next question. I can't, bro. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I can't. Oh my God. He had his arm out the whole time, bro. When I played football, if you stuck that damn arm out, I grabbed your wrist. You was gonna learn today. Either you was gonna get a broke wrist or you gonna have to just do it. It's no way under this damn green sun should he been able to do that stiff arm. And this is where you're gonna see a difference in people like Derek Barnes. That stiff arm stuff ain't finna be flying. Woo, Jesus. That was the weakest stiff arm I ever seen. Oh my God. Oh. Listen, I'll take it too. And that's where they become different at. Now, Alex, he should be an outside linebacker. But the problem is we got those 2 guys rushing on the edge and they mixing it up. But I get it. I don't think they expected Alex to track him. I think they're expecting Alex to kind of be more of a coverage guy and Derek to kind of be the one to go and get after Lamar Jackson. You know, but woo, all right, people. I got to get up out of here. I can't believe this stuff. I was having to make it up, man. I swear. He says, look at Alex in the 49ers game. He looking at the camera, worried as hell. You think he got caught cheating on his wife on the third? We need to find a way to make Flowers and Romeo productive. I think the way you make them productive, this just me. And this is the problem you got to run into. You got to ask yourself this question. If you got McNeil at nose tackle, you got Brockers at 1 DN. If you put Trey Flowers at the outside rush guy, and that's how you bring Okoro back to the D line, right? Who's the other outside backer rushing? Are you going to put Austin Bryant there? Are you putting Charles Harris there? If you decide that I'm going to move Alex Anzalone there, you can't rush him. So now what? It's a real hard dilemma when it comes to doing that. You can't rush him. So what do you do with that? Just saying. Just saying. Boy, I tell you. So here's my overall view. Do I believe the Lions is going to win this game? I do not. I think the short week is too much. I've been saying this for a while that I think that short week is a little bit too much. And my attitude is this. It says, Pittman there. Pittman gonna be inside with Barnes. The only thing you can do to make it work is put Barnes on the outside. Because I can show you where Burns has played outside and it worked. So you would have to put Burns as the other outside linebacker rushing. Then you got Alex Anzalone and Pittman as your inside backers with Trey Flowers as your other outside linebacker rushing. So, I mean, again, is it possible? It is. But we need linebackers and we need them bad. All right, good people. I don't laugh enough. I have laughed enough because I'm amazed. Listen, it's the film tells me what I need to know. The film tells me what I need to know. Let me get into my final thought, man, so I can kind of let y'all know what's going on and get it popping. People, let me first say, if you are in here and you have not hit that thumbs up button, please do so. If you hit the thumbs down button, I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. No hard feelings on this end, but still salute to you. Today's positive quote comes from the internet. I have no clue. I'm going to say this again. I have no clue who wrote this, but I loved it. I love it, and I think it's beautiful. Today's quote says, someone, somewhere, is discussing the old you because they don't have access to the new you. I'm going to bring it back. I know this cuts different for some people. They just don't understand the message when it comes out. Someone, somewhere, is discussing the old you because they don't have access to the new you. You see, it's funny how people find a way to try to remind you of who you used to be and why they're so blind to seeing who you are today. You know, for example, I have an uncle who used to be the world's greatest crackhead / alcoholic, but that's not who he is today. In fact, today he's out there saving lives, out there getting his preach on and telling people what they can do, right? And at the end of the day, they are finding ways to make sure that they can be better. See, when somebody can't acknowledge who you are today, it's usually because they need you to be who you were so they can lift themselves up. Y'all got to stop letting people in y'all circle. Y'all don't pay attention to these people in y'all circle. They just got to find a way to make you lower than them so they can fill up top. They don't want to raise their level. They just want to lower yours so theirs can go up. But when you don't give access to people, because there's a new you, all they can do is talk about you. And that's a beautiful thing. Embrace that. Take that all in. Enjoy every bit of it. Let them know that they can't break the new you. The old you, probably. New you cannot be broken. You got to clean up your circle. You got to change the way things happen. You got to make it in such a way that when the new you steps out, that even the old you can't do nothing but go, damn, he different. But when you got people in your circle who you have exited out because they are too fond of the old you. And the reason they were so fond of the old you is because the old you benefited them. Then by God, be praised, be happy, be uplifted, and know that you yourself don't have to do it. All you have to do is simply remove that part and let the new you walk into a new light. Because with a new you comes new friends, come new opportunities, new days, new moments, new ways to be uplifted, and a new purpose for yourself. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure, if you don't do nothing else, that you remember that the most important people in your life are three people: me, myself, and I. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I am out. I will be talking ball come Sunday. So be ready for it, people. Hit that bell.